Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be playing a tune, Mickey Blues. This is a fun kind of tune I often teach to my students. I would put it a beginner to intermediate kind of blues tune. The first thing you notice when you look at the sheet music here is the first line is 2 treble clefs. This is because we're playing on the right hand side of the piano. This is kind of the fun part of the tune. You get to cross your hands over and everything, which is quite interesting. It's good for beginners to be able to impress people when they're playing, doing a little bit of a showpiece, you know. So the first line is played loudly. Let's notice the F, the forte sign. And if you look at the left hand, so it's easy to read because you've got 2 treble clefs. So the left hand is actually playing and you're reading it as if it was the right hand. Reading it in treble clef is a lot easier, obviously, but some people seem to have a problem with their bass clef. So we've got the 5th finger, which starts on the C, and we play a C major chord, which you can see there, C, E, G. And we put the same position for the right hand, and that will allow you to play the first line. So your left hand is basically common blues sequence, which is going between sort of C, F, C, D, C, F, C, F, C. That's the chords you got basically. Now the right hand is playing a rhythm which is a syncopated rhythm, so what you got is a dotted quaver and a semi-quaver, which is like if you split the beat between 4 parts. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That can give you your rhythm. As I said, it's kind of intermediate, so it's not, you know, it's not simple crotchets and minims. You know, it's quavers, dotted quavers, semi-quavers, etc., which makes it a bit more difficult. So you've got the right hander. You can slow this down using the slow down technique if you want to. So to put the first line together like that. So when we move on to the second line, it plays exactly the same thing. It's just the right hand comes over here and plays it down there. So it's still the same notes as the first line. So imagine you're playing the first line, you've just moved your hands. Okay? So it's the same thing as the first line, just with the left hand crossed over, right hand, sorry, crossed over, playing it in the left hand side of the piano. So when we move to the third line, this one's fairly simple because it's exactly the same thing, it's just the hand position changes. The hand position changes and now you've got the G as the first note, so we're playing a G major chord in both hands. We've got the same position, G, B, D. Just slightly higher than where we were before, we've now moved here, and we do the same thing. Exactly the same notes in G. We've just transposed, that's what we do. Same thing again, we cross over. Okay, so that little sequence and that little adventure is now finished. And you move on to the last line, which is completely different. The left hand takes back up the position of the C, which is the C, middle C, but it now plays like almost like a lullaby. And it decomposes chords. You can slow that down to copy each note if you like that I played. It's written on the sheet music there as well. And what happens is the right hand will then play certain notes in an intermittent way with different notes in the left hand. Play that both hands together. it's marked da capo al fine at the end, which means you then come back to the beginning and play your first line, second line, and that's the end. Okay, so this tune, obviously you can read it note by note on the sheet music that I put up there, or you can copy what I've done on a video. Just a little extra is what I like to do with my students is with the left hand on the last line, instead of playing the notes separately, because it's a bit odd to play this like a lullaby when the rest of the tune's like a blues, what I like to do is play all the 4 notes of each chord together, like this. It's just a variation you can do. It's up to you. If you do that though, you have to play this once every crotchet and once every beat in a bar, and not quavers, because you're replacing it with 2 times the chord every time there's the beat in the bar. I'll write that on the, you can see it with the red lines on the sheet music there. That's where every time you would play the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I've done with that is just replaced, instead of playing the notes separately, I play them together twice, once for each beat for the time that that chord is played. And I change like that, for example, instead of playing them separately. It just sounds a bit more in sync with the rest of the tune, because then you'll sort of play, etc., and it sort of doesn't cut into a lullaby like this. Makes it a bit different. Okay, I hope that was useful to you anyway. You can look at the sheet music there, you can read the notes, or you can copy what I've done in the video. Ask any questions, please like, subscribe, share the music, and try to learn it, okay? And I hope you have a good afternoon, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.